Last time in the adventures of Power Rangers. The party spends time in the Druid embassy observing how Kuo is growing the archispores in his garden. As the party rests, Sas has a vision of a bruised half-elf woman running through the maze of corridors only to end up trapped in one of the rooms. She cuts her wrist and dives through a magical portal. On the other side, in a place where no bright source of light are found, she sees Bob the Wizard extending his arms to her. Her first feeling of relief quickly changes to disbelief and fear. Paul returns to the embassy with his research into Slytherin dust, as Gaki seems to have an addiction to it. Hearing about Sas' vision, Farwell attempts scrying on Bryn, former party member. The spell works as he sees her laying on the ground, being beaten up by several Dragonborn, who are also looking through her possessions. Her wrists are unarmed, and she holds something that resembles the edge of a spear in her palm. Meanwhile, Sas draws a hiring poster that would be advertised on the board in the Adventurers Guild, as the Power Rangers are hiring young and ambitious wizards. Sas runs to deliver the poster. Farwell has an uneasy talk with Gaki about her past, their relationship, and the reason she's on the run. She promises to withdraw from the drug to the best of her abilities. The party reunite in the office of Helena Creel, where she gives them access to the bubble transportation system as per their deal for the mansion of Rowan Remenoir, as well as provides a whole bag of coins. Right before leaving, she asks Rave and Farwell to stay longer. She asks them both if they have any information regarding tiefling plans on the eastern border of the kingdom. After refusing to answer, Rave rolled for a wisdom saving throw.
At the back.
I think we had it all figured out, but that was 2 weeks ago. What did we figure out?
Hello and welcome. Oh, Nefes Mount, you are with us from the beginning. Nice to have you here. Have you watched the video? We had a bit of a break, and now we're back, and some players have fractured memories. They had everything figured out, everything made sense, but now the memories fade, and stuff might happen. Did the video made it clear for you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just who has the goal? Had the Polo had the goal?
Farwell currently holds the whole sack of gold with his both hands, because it's heavy.
Yeah.
So, you ready?
No.
Oh.
Do you have a character sheet opened?
Yes, of course, but can we, like, maybe before anything else happens, have like a, I don't know, pause tea talk, you know, strategy?
No, we have things happening. So currently, just to remind you, where are the characters in the? So in the room of Helena Creel's office, there is Farwell, there is Rafe, and there is Helena herself. Behind the door is standing Paula, who is trying to eavesdrop conversation, but he is unable to do. And meanwhile, Sas has already run away to the Temple of Cauthus, correct? Because he had...
On my way.
Like, did you just leave like that?
I guess, yeah. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, he's away.
I mean, you were gonna wait for that.
So, last time we had we ended the game with Rave rolling for wisdom saving throw. Can you please remind us all what was the roll?
17.
17. So, if you check maps on lore channel, you see that Helena also rolled.
I mean, Rolls channel, yeah.
She also rolled a wisdom
So,
save.
As you are standing, three of you, Farvelt and Rafe, with your backs to the door, you both can see that this like small amulet on her neck of Helena starts flickering with this reddish light. Previously, it seems unnaturally. It's unnaturally bright in this room. And as she is looking down and noticing this, she's looking at you, Rafe. Rafe, you made a save. You're fine. She's looking at the amulet itself, and she immediately turns around and goes to the table. I'm afraid somebody just tried to eavesdrop our conversation. One of my words just got triggered, and I think we might continue our conversation at a later date if I'm able to identify the perpetrator, if you don't mind.
I mean, I don't know what you wanted to talk about. I mean, sure, no problem.
Her last question was if you know, you want to confess
No, that's the
anything to
thing,
her
that's the thing.
regarding... Okay.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Just as a DM, I am reminding.
Yeah, it is.
So, yes, as she takes some object from like one of the shelves on the table, and she looks something in the depths of the table. She looks at you, and you hear how the door behind you clicks. Paula, starting from this specific moment, you're able to actually hear that there are living people behind the door. That there is somebody there.
Okay, I think since it was like a bit suspicious how everyone else had to leave the room, Polo is speaking telepathically to Rafe. I mean, reaching out for her mind.
Do you need to see
and
the
asking
person?
us everything up. Wait, good point. Let me check. I was sure that not, but
yeah, your class ability is amazing,
checking.
but I don't remember if you need to see the person.
No, just let me check.
So you are. Let's tell to everyone.
To any, you can speak telepathically to any one creature you share a language with in 30 feet radius. I don't have to see that person.
Okay, and the name of that feat is...
Silent speech.
Yep, really cool stuff. Yeah, you are able to penetrate through the door and get into the mind of Rafe, and you hear his voice.
Is everything okay, Rafe?
Can I reply, right? Something fast.
No, you can't. That's the thing.
No?
So it's not
Well,
that
I want to say something, but I...
If you're in danger, scream. That's what Polo says.
Wow. I don't feel in danger. So I will not scream.
Okay. I think Polo's, how to say, okay with that, and then just stays outside, keeping out the eavesdropping.
Helena looks at you too and says, just as a reminder, you can use for the entrance for the bubble exactly the same place you used once you travel to Ifield. The location hasn't changed, so nobody from my people needs to escort you there. You know the principle. As for my job offer for you, it's on the table, and if you're able to bring the Rovan Rimenmar back to his lair and able to notify me in time he's coming, I would be the most grateful.
DM, just a question. Farwald got the scroll last game, right? That
Yes,
was
you got the scroll. I think it's called Sending. 1 piece. It's a 5th level
Sending.
spell, correct?
Okay.
Correct?
Didn't add it.
Level 2 or 3? No, it's not level 1. Level 1 is... No.
So Sending, it's a 3rd level evocation spell. Yeah. So she gave it to you in case you wanted to urgently contact her. So you can add it to your inventory.
Actually, how to edit? Because I just see like a...
Just add a scroll, 3rd level, and then modify it manually. That's Sending scroll.
Okay. All right.
We're going to Sas.
Yeah.
Sas, as you're walking down the streets all the way to the district of 6 churches. So as you're walking over there, you're thinking about your mission, what you want to do now. Can you please tell what's on your mind? Why exactly do you want to visit Cossus?
I want to feel if these bottles that I have any connection to Kosu or relationship with the temple. Yeah, basically I want to find out if the Kosu temple is involved somehow in manufacturing those things. I don't know anything about magic. I see fire. There's a temple of fire, and I'll go there.
Okay. How many of the salamander grenades do you have?
All of them. I gave one to
All of them.
6.
Doesn't mean like
6. So imagine
you're
you're
right.
walking through the security like Neo, you know, in Matrix, and there's 6 grenades on your chest. So, yeah, with your high movement speed and agility, and also knowing the exact location where you want to go, it takes you not a lot of time to reach it, as currently at this specific moment there is no line and the entrance is free.
Oh, great. If there's no line, I will go into the temple close to the fire pit place, fire hole. And I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna take one of the bottles, put it in front of me, and I will sit there and wait if something happens. If someone comes in, if someone asks me anything, if there's any specifics, if there's fire change shape. I don't know. I don't know much about magic, but maybe I know much more about people. So if there's going to be any suspicious people looking at me or asking me questions, I want to kind of deduct.
Yeah, comparing to the previous time you visited Temple of Cauthus, currently it's very, very empty. Maybe 1 or 2 people you could see in the whole vicinity on the inner yard, because as you've learned before, there are specific times where usually people group up and bring their offering. Nonetheless, the fire pit itself stays open and available, so you quickly find your way all the way to the booth, like to the gazebo where it's located. You sit down, you put the salamander grenade in front of you, and you contemplate on things, trying to identify what's happening around. Please roll for perception.
Okay. 21.
As you are observing the surroundings, you notice that the flames in a fire pit, they are not changing. They seem to be stable. Their essence, their magic, their heat, there are no changes for it. But when you look at the bottle, with a fiery creature inside of it. He notices that immediately as you put it, the creature itself starts to float mostly on the side which is closer to the fire itself. So in essence, if previously you had imagined a bottle of water, currently you have this water all the way on the left side of the bottle. And the right side, which is closer to you and away from the fire, is kind of like empty. So you got another evidence that this is not just a fire. This is a somewhat intelligent being in a way, or a being in itself.
I'm gonna walk around the fire to see if this kind of, this gravitational pull keeps happening. Yeah, I'm not gonna open the bottle. I'm gonna spend maybe 20-30 minutes sitting there and seeing if someone comes by, and I don't know. I want to see what people do with this thing. I don't think I've been to Crossroad Temple once, but just passing by. I don't think I
burned your hands as well.
Yeah. So basically, I want to figure it out what people really do with this, in this temple. What do they throw in? Would throwing in a grenade would make sense or not? I don't know.
Here's my offering. Yes, fire in the hall.
Basically, yes. I want to see what other people throw in. Maybe they also throw in bottles of water or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you notice that there is an old kobold coming closer to the fire, and he seems to be wearing like an old robes. And as he approaches the fire, we're switching back to Farvelt and Rave. So you both you live in the cabinet, correct?
Wait.
And where do you go?
We're leaving?
Yeah, because someone was eavesdropping, so nobody wanted to continue the conversation.
But didn't she give like a new time and place, or I thought she was gonna suggest a secret room or something?
No,
Nothing.
No, that's
You're just like,
no.
let's talk another time.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
She
2
knows
weeks
where you
ago we
live.
thought she was gonna attack us, right? So 2 weeks ago we thought about how to beat her, and all of a sudden that was an anticlimax.
We misjudge people all the time. You see, like there is no reason to.
We can still attack her.
No, of course not. No.
Okay.
We got out of this
good.
today.
Okay, then we're just I guess leaving.
Yeah. As you open the door, Farvelt, hardly, you have both of your hands occupied with a bag of gold. Paula is meeting you with this surprised and intrigued gaze, and of course he is mostly putting his attention to the bag of gold. He doesn't really look what's happening further in the room. And he is as he's passing by, he's clapping a bit on the side of it, and he's hearing the sound of coins on the inside, and he looks happier this moment. So he kind of makes an impression that he helps you to lift it down. Rafe, you're the last person leaving the cabinet. You're all going downstairs. You're currently now back in the yard of the castle. There is a bench where recently you left Kua for the conversation. There are a couple of bushes with roses and other flowers. And where would you like to go? And what would you like to do? Sas is nowhere to be seen.
What do we do with the money?
Yeah, I was about to say maybe we find like a more or less safe room out of sight from anyone, and then we just split the money into equal parts, because I mean currently Farvelt is running around with like 2 big sacks of gold, and that's not how he walked through the city, right?
One single one. So imagine like a huge sack of potatoes.
Okay.
So it's very uncomfortable
so he's
to
carrying
carry.
it like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should find a safe place and split that. Maybe here, because it's more or less a safe place. in the royal palace, just out of sight from anyone. It's safer than
I
walking the
mean-
streets like this, right?
Yeah, but we're missing a person.
That's on him. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
you
know
have
if
to
Sas
leave.
knows anything about money. Maybe he doesn't. He doesn't even know.
No, come on.
So you
I
can
mean,
just.
I mean,
You
we
can
can still
yoink.
save his part, right? Polo
Yeah.
would be against that thought, but Far would probably in favor.
Brave, your choice.
But
Your deciding voice.
What?
do we split Sas's share between us or not? Do we save it for him? Farwald is
No, we
for
will.
saving, and Polo is for not saving it.
We will save it for him. If he doesn't want to accept it, then we're gonna redistribute it between us. But it looks like maybe he started to understand that money can serve a purpose, right? We've seen him like wanting more things now. So I think that it's better to save it for him.
It's a waste on him, Polo says, but kind of accepts the team's decision.
Okay, so you're starting the counting money right now.
No, not in the backyard, on a bench in the garden.
30,000 gold.
Yeah. No.
Can we?
I mean, it's a palace, but that doesn't mean it's so safe. It's just safe in that term that no one's
There are
gonna knife us.
occasional passerbyers which are coming and going. Most of the people that you can see, they are the city guards in a white and blue stripe uniform with the tower shields in them.
I mean, would there be any like guest rooms or I don't know, like a empty lobby or something like that? It's a palace, right? They should have something like that. We've been there.
If
Have we
you're
seen
there
such a
on the
room?
official business of you are staying in the accommodation of the Duke, for sure it would able to host like a couple hundred of guests if needs to be.
We don't have business here, so
We just like need an empty foyer or something where we can just split the money in a civilized way without passers by
You
in
can
the
also
garden.
do it on the stairs next to the office.
going downstairs. Well,
Mm,
if it's not so full of people.
I mean, let's think. That's a royal palace. What do they have in royal palaces? I mean, obviously, a
So
garden.
currently, there are a lot of guard buildings. There are a lot of side buildings, like supply buildings. A lot of servants' rooms, couple warehouses. So you're currently at the place where wouldn't really resemble like that the Duke stays there. It's definitely one of the administrative buildings you're next to, where Helenic's office is, which is actually part of the wall of the inner castle itself.
I mean, or we just do it in one corner of the garden, but I don't feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but
Let's-
it should still be like inside here before.
So you're three
Yes.
people and you're starting to count the amount of gold. So
We look like I don't know. I want to say something. I don't know. We look like we just dropped somebody, No, that's not the way. This is not how Raven Farwald would do it. Maybe Polo, but he would be even me.
But
Be
come
more-
on, we already said that we're not gonna distribute between us. We're gonna save it for him.
Yes, but still we have to distribute what's there, at least our shares, because Farwald doesn't feel like running around with such a potato sack full of
So,
money through the streets of the
thanks-
city.
thanks
This
everybody who
will just
joined us
attract
today,
trouble.
as the party is now about to distribute the loot, the favorite thing about the adventures party. So as you're counting the coins, you can see the amount in the maps and lore channel as we're jumping back to Sas.
Yeah.
Sas.
So
What the fuck?
I don't have any idea what to do, really. Can you, DM, tell me if it would make sense to throw a grenade in a Kosa temple or not?
I would ask you for a religion roll. Please roll for religion.
Okay.
Is this religion or more survival? I don't know.
Natural 20.
Whoa.
I'm a very religious person. With -1.
Hmm.
So it's down to 19.
No. Not 20 is just not 20. It doesn't get
Yeah.
minus. So, based on your previous experience and what you've heard from Rafe and what you think about the world and how it should behave, you definitely know that the physics of the flame that is burning in the Temple of Kothos is not natural. You definitely would feel a lot more warmth from it, which you don't feel. So it definitely somewhat weird. You have seen how people are throwing objects of various size in it, and they were never seen again. So you assume that this place is probably serving as some kind of a portal. You also know that this portal is being protected by some means, and you previously got injured by incorrectly using it. You know also from Rave that you are supposed to give something that, if you're asking for something from the God of Flames, you also need to give something that is important for you in some way. Yes? So it's always an exchange. Let's say a 1-to-1. The God of Flames doesn't care how valuable the thing you're giving to him in terms of, let's say, money. It only cares whether it's important for you personally or not. That's where the value coming from. And as you're thinking about whether grenade thrown into this fire is gonna cause you any damage itself, with your natural 20 roll, I would say you would deduce that since you've seen other people throwing stuff in, whatever happens with that grenade probably happens on the other side. So it definitely probably not gonna affect you. The only thing you probably need to care is whether this offering is important to you or not. You know that the Kothos as the deity, he is fairly chaotic in his judgment. You also do realize that the salamanders, they do come from the plane of fire. And this is a place where you could think of a source of, or the origin of Kothos in a way, where his essence resides. You probably would be one of the first people in here who ever threw a grenade inside of the flame.
I'm gonna leave. It looks like it's not worth it. It looks like I'm not gonna get anything out of it. Looking at all of those poor people coming in, throwing in some garbage, and praying, saying some words, and not really getting anything in return. And it's not a lot of people. Doesn't look, like it's doing anything really. So I'm gonna leave. I figured out what I wanted. That there is some attention between these fire creatures and Koso. It's definitely related. But I think throwing things into the portal, it's not like a pile of gold is gonna come out if I do that. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna wander around a bit on the church district pallets. I'm gonna look at the burned down library. I'm gonna look at the other temple of Parlor. Yeah, okay. And I think I'm gonna be a bit disappointed in a whole situation with religion here, and I'm gonna head back to the embassy feeling that only the brute force can actually make a difference, and praying probably is not gonna do anything. in the end of the day.
Yeah, there is definitely no shrine or representative of your deity in here, and you feel quite disappointed. I just posted in Maps and Lore again a picture of Temple of Kothos, so you can look at it, how it all looks like from the side. Yes, so as you are wandering around the town, looking at the district of 6 churches and returning back, contemplating on things you understood about religion in Denver, you return back to embassy. Your friends are not there yet. You're the first to return. Back to Farvelt and Rafe and Paula. So as you are starting counting, you definitely notice how the handwork or like counting skills of Paula definitely exceed both of you combined. As he quickly starts putting things in piles of appropriate height and then put them in front, count them, put them aside, make some notes, put it in. So with his help, and also you are counting the amount that's been given to you as a reward, and you can see the number in the Maps and Lore channel. This is a number that's been announced by Paula in the end of your calculation. You definitely spent some time. You do notice that a couple of people were entering and leaving Helena's office as you were doing that, and they were just looking at you, but nobody really tried to ask you or bother you.
Okay, so we know how much it is.
Yes.
I don't know.
I
how
mean,
much it is.
Yeah, Sus is not there, but in case we would like share that in between 4 people, including Sus, it would be 14.62k per person. But if we share that in between, let's say, 3 people, how much would that be?
You can share it as much, as you like. I think Stas basically left pissed off and disappointed with working that he didn't ever get paid. So from his perspective, there was no reward.
But you saw the
Sas,
bag
you
of money.
have the figurine.
I don't know how much was it.
Sas, you have a
Okay, look at
figurine
the
that
lot.
allows you to access Bubble.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Bubble.
he doesn't know. We need to show him.
Thank you.
But we need to meet again. We need to distribute the money. So
Rave, Farvald, Paula.
I mean, if we divide it by 3, then it would be 19.5k, which is a way more reasonable number, I mean, in terms of, let's say, aesthetics, number aesthetics. It's 0.5. But we already decided we're gonna save the share for SAS, so we should do that. You can still ask him, maybe he doesn't want it.
we will ask him, but we cannot decide for him.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're each
So
gonna
who should keep the share? Polos are eager to keep the share from SAS for him, for SAS, of course. What do you think, Rafe?
I mean, I can. Am I gonna be able to work with both, with mine and his?
Hardly.
You have bag of holding.
If you put them in a bag of
Yeah,
holding,
I
then
do.
yes.
Then I will do that. I mean, if you guys agree, I can put it in my bag, and then whenever we find him, we just talk about the situation.
We never find him.
We never find him.
So
then
where
we can
do you go?
redistribute.
What do you do as you're currently 3 in the yard of the castle yard?
Well, I
That's the
guess we
question,
didn't
I mean-
agree on anything. So, did we know that Sas was going to the Koso temple now, right?
He didn't tell us where he was going, right? He just left. I think he left the room with Polo, and then he left Polo, but didn't tell Polo where to.
When I was leaving, I told you, meet you back at the embassy. You know, I have something to do.
Okay,
Basically,
fair
It
enough.
was
So
what
we
you
don't
don't
know.
know I've been to temple.
Okay, so we are packed with gold, so something's supposed to happen. I think we should spend it before it's gone, something like that.
Let's go to the magic store.
To this magic store, whose
Ah,
owner we're about to hunt down.
Never mind. And there is no
I mean,
competition, right? Like, this is the only one.
no, it's not the only one. It's just like the best one, I guess. But there were like other magic stores, pretty much, but they didn't have such good services. I mean, you remember the place where Farwold was offered a job? That was not from this Emporium thingy, for example.
That was
Which city was that?
okay, but that wasn't
Yeah,
here.
there was. No, there was another city, but I'm not sure where.
That
High
wasn't that
Lakes.
in. Yeah, there.
Wasn't
High
High
Lakes or
Lakes.
no?
Ha 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 ha.
Hey, but
3
now we
days to
got
the north.
Hey, but we have got the bubble thingy, so... Do we have a map that indicates where the portals actually are?
You remember that the map of a playable location was inside of the bubble itself, so you never really specifically asked. So if you want to recall where were the places, so it was Bob who used it before Rave and Paula. Okay,
The thing is, I remember when we went with Amo, Paulo took a sneak peek at the map and really remembered it. So I even remembered like the scorched out spots where probably there were portals destroyed. One of which we know, the other one assumingly so too. So Paulo would know.
Yeah, I'm posting the number of places which are available through the bubble for you.
Cool.
In the Maps and Lore channel.
What is Filne? Hillsfar.
Filne is the place where they are building the airships.
Ah, right.
Leicester is the town to the north, also on the border with Tieflings, but just higher than Modei Monastery. If you look at the stream or on the map of the world.
Yeah. I mean, Modei Monastery is pretty much to the south, right?
Yep. Southeast. So Modei Monastery,
Right.
then there's Cluster. There's Irefield, but this is crossed out. There's Hillsfar, which is behind Danodon statue.
Most of them are actually next to the Tiefling borders. That's interesting.
And Tandori. There is a Tandori region there. There is a Dundver. There is Filne with airships.
This is interesting because in terms of logistics, this makes most sense to use those thingies. I mean, okay, if you could move armies, then this would usually be the places you would choose as portals. You can move the armies to the capital, to the airships, to the border, to Tandori or Tiefling Kingdom, where you might expect aggression, but nowhere else. This is a war infrastructure, I would say. Well, I don't know, to
you are
deliver
dealing
spies
with
fast.
intelligent agency, you know?
Yeah, sure, but... So, right, why did you... okay, so things we have on the agenda. Deal with Gaki's addiction. Of course, that's important for Farwold. No. Right. Need to send her to rehab. That was expensive, right?
That's the money.
We didn't have a price for it yet, right? I mean, Polo did some research, but he didn't get any specific price for that.
It would be couple of thousands. So he didn't say it was a lot, but it was noticeable sum.
How many couples? One couple? That's okay.
I guess that's negotiable.
Hey, I can do that. Okay, so of course this is important for Firewall, but what else? We wanted to rescue Bryn because there was like pretty intense visions, right? And also we would probably find Bob when we find Bryn. What else? What else was there? Ah, yeah, right. His Highness. We wanted to hunt him down.
Okay, we don't have a plan yet.
And
We don't
DM,
have a plan
I'm
for that.
not going back to the embassy. I'm going back to the Adventurers Guild to check my poster.
Yeah, the poster is there. It's Kangin. You notice that nobody has touched it or moved it. You're members of Adventurers Guild. You're allowed to add your advertisement on your own.
That was another thing. We needed a wizard. But
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think we
The
have any
hiring
other
is in
plan.
process. It's like you just posted it half an hour ago, so nothing yet.
I mean, His Highness, of course.
So Paula is like saying that if you're going north, Paula would be going to Madei Monastery as soon as possible. Now, when the reward is complete
Right.
and his share is received, he would like to depart.
Yeah, right. Paul wants to watch out for his friend. Right. Was there anything else? DM, please help me out. Was there something with the temple? I mean, there were all those incidents, and now there are investigations, but there was no update, right, for Firewall?
Yeah, only last night, basically, there was this crackdown that you organized, and Aimo is in charge of investigation, so... And as Helena told you, he probably is the one who has the most information on the case. So if something comes up, that would be from him. So nothing yet, it just happened last evening.
Fair enough. Okay, so how about this? Like, since it's super important for Firewall, maybe we drop Gaki at the rehab place? And we can also take her with us, this might be like the alternative healing, care, friendship, relationship, close, attention, being part of a group might be even better.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be in a cage, right? She cannot leave.
Yeah, and since we know
type
like
of medicine.
That's cheaper, yeah, it might
yes.
work.
What did you say about the cage? You want to keep her in a cage?
No, I was just meaning like if we take her like with us, then she
Yeah.
cannot go anywhere. It's like a cage, so it should work.
Fair, yeah. I mean, it might be challenging because who knows, like how strong the addiction will kick in at some point. But at the same time, it might be a good way for healing. I mean, contrary to being like totally closed off alone at a rehab center. So,
So
yeah,
we can
maybe
do it.
We should take her with us.
If you wanna, yeah. So Farwell, your choice now. Whether you are putting her in a rehab and we can just play it right now, or you take her with her and see what happens.
I think Farwell would opt to just take her with us because it's a bit cold to just drop her off at a rehab, right? Just like, hey, you got problems, leave the group.
Okay, so then this is decided. Then the rest, I guess, you still can all meet up by the embassy. So currently nothing still happens. So Sas, maybe like half an hour later after you arrived, the others also come. I noticed them carrying like way smaller bags and coins, You notice them carrying weight, that they are heavier than usual. With your high passive
Just look at
perception.
them. I don't know where they got it, what it is. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna sit, make tea, and then look at the mandragora plant.
Arcus
Waiting for the departure. Wasn't it mandragora? What was it?
Archespore. You
No,
mean the one
it was
that always
Archespore.
growing? Yes.
Mandragora, that last time I heard that was in Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, that's in
No,
many
it's also in
games.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter as well.
Mandragora?
Yeah.
Yeah, they scream.
I'm not sure, I thought I had a different name in German. No, okay. But I'm not sure. Anyways. So yeah. Farvold addresses Sus. Actually, we got a reward for our services to the Sandkeepers. You haven't been there, but we saved your share. It's quite an amount of money, if you're interested.
Sure. Yes. How much it is?
500 gold. No.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a lot of money.
No, just Farvold just puts like... Oh no, asks Rafe to just put the share, Sus share on the table. Telling him how much it is. So 14,625.
Yeah, it's all yours, Luke. The first time that you have money,
Finally.
You hear
use
this
it wisely.
clink of the gold coin bag dropped on the table, and you realize that it's fairly heavy. You haven't seen that much money in your entire life.
14,700, right?
625.
650. 25. Sorry.
Okay.
It gets more every time we talk about it.
I don't know. I'm gonna
So yeah,
say
it's...
thank you. I don't know
so
what
you
to
see
do with
it's
those
actually
money.
worth it. I mean, if you don't want it, you can give it to me, Polo says.
I don't
But
know
you see
what
it
to
for
do with
yourself.
those money.
I can save it for
Just
you.
keep it. Keep it for
I
yourself
can
when
make,
you're
like,
gonna
you
find
know,
something
I got...
useful.
I know
Have you
people
heard
that can
about
invest this for
NFT?
you.
No.
So Polo is conspiratory leaning over to Sus, trying to create this atmosphere of privacy, like I'm telling you something no one knows, like poor people hate this trick style, like
Hmm.
I know people, I have contacts. If you just give me the money, I can, make the money work for you. Investment. You will have even more after a certain amount of time. You can trust me.
In a few hours?
No, it would be... I mean, in a few hours, there would be a slight increase, but would not be worth it. We are talking here about maybe a month or so. I mean, the longer you leave it and let it work for you, the more you get back. You don't
You
have
can buy a
to
bag
invest
of
everything.
holding.
Can just invest half of it. Trust me.
I'll try to do what I
know what I'm
always
doing.
did when I had money. I'll do my own thing, and if I don't succeed, I'll come back to you, Paul. This sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like what I would
Investment, I
do.
like it.
But, Sus, how much money have you had in your life before? This works with small amounts of money, but with big sums, you need to have a different mindset for this.
I
Look
had
at the
8
Duke,
gold.
like you see, the rich people, they don't have their money in their pockets. They do it in a smarter way. With lots of money comes big responsibility. You don't want this to get stolen by anyone, or you could lose it on the toilet. Or next time you're drunk, who knows? Trust me.
What is this money
I can
for?
invest this for
did
you.
we do? Why did we get paid so much? For
It's very
breaking in
useful.
into the mansion? That was it?
Yes, we found a lot of
What did we actually get it for? It was that.
that.
She said
Oh,
that
and
it was
the
personal,
salamanders.
her personal addition for the findings in the mansions of Roman Ravenbar. And you remember, Farvel, that there were several of those bags in the room.
We didn't get all the bags that were in the room.
We should.
That's new information. Who got the other bags? And why?
Nobody got the
I
other
mean,
bag.
That was just Roman Raven's personal money. It was not Helena's. She just found it and gave us like 10% share. Fuck.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This bitch.
Okay. It just.
I never
Plot twist.
never knew like there were more sacks than the ones we got.
Yeah, there were several sacks of those, like, they're smelling like very intensely, like with wheat, you know? They were lying in the barn. So they were all by
Yeah,
her
I think-
right side of the table.
I don't think the government would pay you such amount of money for breaking into people's houses.
Next time we should break in by ourselves. I mean, we don't
That's
need the
why I told
middleman.
you.
Cut the middleman.
It's all scam. That's why I left. You know, talking to
But
those
it's-
people.
I mean, we couldn't have broken in there like officially, you know. So
Of course, we did that. We broke in unofficially. We had no cover. She literally
had-
said, "Don't, rely on me if you get caught."
we had like an additional agent with us, and he helped us a lot. Anyways, Polo says, Sus, think about the thing with the money. You know, I made many people rich. And Polo
I
tries
wanna
to be
roll.
very persuasive here. Yeah, Polo wants to roll too.
You wanna both
I
roll?
want to roll for something. I don't know, intelligence.
I would
Is there
say
intelligence roll?
SAS, it's a contested roll again, deception versus insight.
Okay,
Inside. Okay.
No, deception for the Polo.
Okay.
23.
25. I have a crit. It's a natural 20.
Hey, Paula. Here's 1,000 gold.
No. With a
What?
natural 20, you cannot just give me.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna give you all my money just because you asked for it.
I have a crit. I deceived you.
Yeah, but
Sas isn't stupid, right? Like,
I'm giving you 1,000 gold.
Sas knows
he's
nothing
ready to-
about money.
No. It's,
That's much more than I ever had.
He's
had 8
ready
gold
to
before.
invest, and he's ready to do it right now. I mean, as any reasonable being, he doesn't give everything that's on him. He gives some part of it. So,
Yeah, like 25% or so, right?
that's up to Sus.
1,000 gold
Okay.
is you can live until end of your life. It's so much money.
In the
And,
countryside, yes.
It's a big responsibility, Paula. I'm giving you this 1,000 gold.
Paula, please
Well,
add
young
1,000
lads.
gold to your Sus, reduce
Okay.
it.
Polo takes it with the confidence of someone who has had way bigger sums in his hand, and he's like, well, Sus, it's a lot of money, but
We are partners now,
Trust me.
right?
of course. But
Good.
remember, if you give me this amount, I can only increase it by a certain percentage.
Oh,
You know, the
Warren
more
the
you give me,
Tiefling.
the higher the
Hello.
percentage.
Yeah.
It's my
You-
pension. It's my pension investment.
Thanks
It's a
for
long-term
joining.
investment.
So we have a chat. Warren the Tiefling. Hello, Pavel.
Will you
How are
give me
doing?
some sort of
We-
receipts, Paula?
We have a lot of deception happening here on the table, even among the players, and we often decided just by the rolling dice. And we have.
Oh, give me
Paula,
something. Give me something like
Which-
a dagger.
Of course.
who is an
Of course.
experienced adventurer and a
Yeah.
thief and
Or...
headhunter. And we have Sas, who is a monk who has no idea about the value of money.
DM, come on, Paula.
he should
Give me
know.
something.
He should know a little
I
bit.
didn't hear you. The DM was
No.
talking. No. Of course, my friend Polo says, I got you covered. Like, you will get an official
You
receipt.
have like a business
and
card.
by better, way better. By saying this, Polo takes out a piece of parchment and goes over and takes a quill, and then with like very, how to say, celebratory gesture and a very official face, just writes, like a recipe. And he writes, "Can Sas read, by the way?"
Of course I can read. What do you mean I cannot read? I'm not a barbarian.
Okay. So Polo writes a message, and I'm actually gonna type that in the general, or maybe in the Maps on Board chat channel.
Okay.
So just
I'm gonna add it as
give
a
me a
note.
second.
Just tell me what it is.
Yeah. I'm just gonna type it down right now. So 1 minute of patience, please. You can keep going.
Rafe.
Right.
Rafe, as you just received something happened. No, our map
Why?
got broken. In ad block got updated. Okay, map is fixed. Stream. Okay, Rafe.
Yes.
As you just got a fair sum of money in your pocket, and you already possess quite a lot of magical items, you're trying to think about what happened back in the Helena Skrill's cabinet, and about what your next move would be. So, with the new coins that you possess, what would you like to do with them?
The money.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to buy the next book.
For alchemy, 202.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, wasn't it the 303 already? Because I read 2 books.
correct. You read already 2 books, so it's still gonna be 303. Alchemy
Yes,
303.
yeah. Yeah, I wanted to buy that book, but I don't know where to buy it. Well, I mean, maybe I know, but I don't know right now. Would I know?
You can always address Lodiuli's Emporium, or you can try to look for a bookshop.
Yeah, bookshop. We don't. Yeah, get into the business of people that aren't very legal.
Yeah, it's definitely the Lodiuli's Emporium is not the only place in town where magical items or book or knowledge is being sold. So you definitely would be able to find another source. It's just about time.
Dang, like, does someone want to go and buy things?
I think we
I
should.
want to go to Adventures Guild.
Oh, you don't buy anything there. I mean, would I know if one of the other magic shops would be nearby, like near the Adventures Guild? place?
Since the embassy building is in the center of the Gordon Market, he definitely would be able to find other types of warehouses or workshops or shops in the hood. Just like you were looking for an outfit for Dragon Chess tournament or a jewelry shop, majority of the top class enterprises are located in the specific district, which is allocated for trade in the capital. Okay, so you
Yes.
have one at least item on your list, and
Yeah, I
since
have like some smaller items as well, you know, like new Dust of Disappearance, because I always want to have them on stack. Yeah.
Gerhard, Farwald, Polo, or Gerhard, I think you have a fan. Warren the Tiefling says that this is a completely different type of role playing. So
It's
there's
con playing. I like the phrase con playing.
Yeah. So,
Business part.
so sometimes we even have PvP in our campaign. Sometimes. So make sure you stay tuned. Sometimes the tension in the party gets so high that there's nothing better than good old PvP. By the way, Warren the Tiefling, our previous PvP we had, it was Warlock against Monk, and Warlock was victorious.
But to be fair, Monk was
yeah.
down by 2 levels at that time.
So yeah,
That should be
Warlocks
mentioned.
kick kids, yes.
Rebellious kids.
Rebellious kids. Yeah. So
By the
you can
way,
notice
the official recipe text is in the Maps and Lore.
Eldritch
I put
Blast.
it in the inventory.
So yeah, Farwald is playing that type of warlock, which is
What is Bindovex?
he,
Sus doesn't know how Paul's name is written, right?
So
Sas, you've heard
suspicious.
his last name but out loud, but you don't know the exact pronunciation. So Warren the Tiefling, the Farwald is playing a warlock, which is not like magic per se, like focused, but rather he's like a tank, front fighter in the armor, tanking for his party. That type of warlock. It's also possible. So I see we have some kind of
Usually died.
Paula, can you please read to us what was the document, or is it too long?
Oh no, it's fine. I can
Okay.
read it.
Official recipe. Hereby it's made known to the public that the fair gentleman Sus Lee, monk, hereby trusts his business partner Polo Bindovex with 1,000, in words 1,000 gold pieces for investment purposes. Both parties agree to the official terms of profit and loss involved. Polo Bindovex. Typos intended.
In loss.
Typos intended for real.
Is there a signature with blood?
No,
I
of
heard
course not.
all the
It's with a-
contracts are signed with blood.
Oh, that's only what they... You know, children's stories. Real businessmen trust ink way more than blood. Because ink never lies. Ink is official. Every peasant has blood. But who
Can he
has ink
convince
these
me?
days?
That was a cool line. Everybody has ink. No, everybody has blood, but who has
Oh.
ink? Okay, Sas, you...
Fine, I trust him. Sounds good. Very legit.
So, very trustworthy enterprise. And as Paul grabs the money, he was like, his intention would be to leave as soon as possible.
What? No, wait, we need to make some plans. I mean,
He
we're gonna
has his
split,
own plans,
probably?
so yes.
No, wait, I play Polo.
So
Wait a
Well, yeah,
second.
actually, Polo wanted to go.
I mean, yes, but it would be nice to agree because, I mean, we're probably gonna split, probably. But at some point we might want to find each other again, stay in contact, that sort of thing. And the main party, let's say, didn't decide whether they go north first or south first. And based on this, it will depend if they split from Polo or not.
okay, so you are currently before you're going shopping, all the party members are here, and please discuss this question. And after that, Polo would be departing either with party or without, and the party could do the shopping. So, yeah, Warren
Not
Tiefling.
doing
We
shopping.
currently, if you're looking at the world map, the party currently has a choice to
Yeah.
make. Whether they go to Tower of Rock to help the former party member, or to go to Madei Monastery, where the Roman Revenmar, one of the people they consider to be evil, is heading to, and where one of the friends of Paula is taking refuge and who might be in danger. So Paula, personal motivation is definitely go to Madei Monastery as fast as possible. Meanwhile, the other party members might decide otherwise. So they're currently making their decision. So please. Rafe?
By the way, even if I leave the frame, let's say, I can still
you
hear
can
you.
still hear, yeah.
So you
That's
can
okay.
keep going. Yeah. I mean, somehow we should really go north. But at the same time, how long have we been trying to get our hands on His Highness? And now we know where he's heading to. We have a way of being there before him. We can set up a trap. We know what he is, and we get a big fat reward in case we beat him, most likely.
Yeah, but we are not ready to beat him.
How do you know?
Well, because we don't have a plan. Like, what should we
Not
use?
yet.
What if this happens? Yeah, we can
I think
plan
maybe
it. Let's
we
say,
Mhm.
like while traveling,
Okay.
but we can get some extra objects if we
Yeah,
might think of some of them, and then we can just leave. Sure.
of course. I mean, we should prepare on killing a vampire for sure, like a higher vampire and some of his people. So I maybe we want to hire some freelancers. Is that the way to say it? If they fight for you, mercenaries. That's the word. You might want to hire some mercenaries, and yeah, and then we can ambush him. We can do. I think if we just take the decision, we can do it. It will take some preparation, but if we decide, we can. We have time
Yeah.
advantage. We have initiation advantage. Surprise on our side. We can prepare. We have probably even like an ally there in the. No, wait. If we go to the monastery and tell those paladins that there's a high vampire, I mean, how many people could we just have joining us? I mean, they want to kill vampires. That's what they're there for. They're like paladins of the sun. They might even fight for free. I know if we want to, we can do this. Question is, do we want to do this first?
Sure. I mean, those paladins were very useful in the past.
Okay, so then we forget about Bryn.
Ah, damn! But like there was, but
What would Sas say?
What would this say?
Us thinks it's north is the way. Divisions of the burning tree. We know the future. We know what happens in the 4 days or 3 days.
but what happens?
That gives us
Brand dies.
advantage. No, we don't know what happened. We know that she's there. And we don't know where exactly His Highness is.
Okay,
think-
the question. Yeah,
Yeah, north.
say.
I think north. I think north is the way because visions.
Yeah.
Unless you speak to Electra, your deity.
Yeah, actually, Fawad could ask his deity. Maybe he says something. Probably he just gives a crazy riddle, but who knows? Maybe it's a bit more straightforward. But maybe we can still do both. If we just let's think about it. Like, when did His Highness depart the city? That was like how many days ago? 3 days? 2 days? 1 day. 1 day.
At
No.
least
Yesterday.
At least a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
What?
What?
So his
So we
mansion
have
was
no idea where
empty
he
for
is right
some
now.
time. Yes, he was on the way. You know that the way on foot all the way to Madei Monastery is about 3 weeks. 3.5.
On foot? You mean on horse?
I mean, he's going as a part of caravan, so their speed is probably slightly higher than just on foot.
It's 3 weeks on foot? So that what on horse? What would that be? Like 3-4 days?
No.
Okay. I mean, given our worldly knowledge, caravan, which is speed-wise in between walking and horse riding, how much time would this take to Made Monastery if we know that walking would take like 3 weeks?
By your estimation right now, he's probably somewhere in the area right now. Somewhere there.
So he's about to arrive at Made Monastery, I mean.
Yeah, in the next, I would say within a week he definitely would arrive or pass that point.
Okay.
Within a
So we
week it
have
means 1 to
roughly
7
a
days.
week. Oh no, I hate this. This is a decision. Yeah, no, I mean, whatever happens, Polo needs to go south.
Yeah,
Like,
Polo
he
goes
wouldn't
south
take this risk.
100%. Yeah.
I just really wanted to do both things.
Rafe, what do you think?
Both things would be nice if the brain thing would actually do something more than just helping brain. Like, if it would give some hints on what Bob is really doing and how everything's connected. But how do we know? If we can save Bob, but that looks more complicated than anything else.
So yeah, Rafe was good friends with Bryn.
That actually seems also the only important thing for Sass, because he saw Bob in that vision. I think it's only because of that. Because of Bob.
Yeah, because this is some kind of a real clue. First there was a tree, now there's the girl
Yeah,
in
so
prison.
Warren the Tiefling and for others, as Sass mentions the clues. Last game he had a vision about what is happening with a half-elf woman, and based on the sense of deductions the party made, they realized that the visions that Sass have are of a foretelling nature. So he kind of predicts the deity that he serves, kind of sends him a vision of events that might or will happen in future, because they had several other visions in the past, and yeah, this is what the conclusion they came to. So currently they have a knowledge that certain event is gonna happen with their former party member sometime close in future, and that's why going to the north is an option.
I mean, maybe if we can wrap things up quickly with Bryn in the north, we might still catch his hinds.
If it's just a few Dragonborns, right?
Just buy some sort of a flying ship or flying carpet. You have a lot of money now.
But why? We can just teleport. Oh no, we can't. Right, we need a ship. There's no teleportation, no bubble exit.
It's a neutral territory. It's not. It doesn't belong to the Empire even.
Maybe we can call our dragon friend and he can just fly us there. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool, but how do we communicate with him? I mean, we're
I
not
don't know what
supposed to
you're
use the
talking about.
scroll that we got like that, right? That is
Meanwhile, Sas goes to the Adventurers Guild and puts out a
Come on,
poster for Bob for
it can't be that
50,000
Sas
gold.
goes everywhere and we cannot do anything. Like,
You cannot
he does
decide
something.
anything. Just sit there on
Yeah.
pile of gold and pile of artifacts, guys. You know, I need to find Bob somehow.
Yeah, so Sas has a very clear direction and motive. He needs to go to Sas, find Sandsbig, and his vision directs him to north. So similar like with Polo, he has a strong desire and motive to go to north. But Polo has a desire and motive to go to south.
50,000 gold reward.
Okay, maybe we can just keep thinking about it and go shopping as a party, because I think everyone wants to go shopping. At least Polo and Farwald want to. And while we shop, then we can think where we go next. Would that be fine, or do you want to make a final decision now?
I think it's fine, no?
Yeah.
I'm going north. Oh.
Yeah, so it's a party decision, fairly important one.
Meanwhile, I'm putting posters to find Bob.
Okay. Well, yeah, then let's go shopping. After that, Polo's probably gonna leave south by means of the bubble. Yep, but first we can just go shopping. Question really is where, because the Emporium, I don't
What
know.
if we rob the Emporium? What if we just rob the shop? Why do we need to? We just killed the
actually,
owner.
why?
I mean, we assaulted the owner.
Let's say we looted his home while he was away. We
Wasn't the
didn't even assault
owner,
him.
it's his brother who is the owner.
They're all
Ah.
together.
Yeah, but you know, there should be Interpol coming up, like freezing his account, like, hey, you're aligned with that person. You know, like they treat oligarchs these days. That's come on, that's
It's his private
Oh,
shop. He is known criminal. He's been, you know, declared publicly as a vampire figure on the run.
no, but
It
it's
has
not
his
him.
last name.
Sas, just to make it clear, your investigation and the status of Roman Ravenmar is currently in the possession of the Sandkeepers. So, currently there are no posters on the street that he is a public enemy. He is an enemy and a known fugitive for the Sandkeepers. That's true. That's intelligence agency. And as about here, the Lodiuli Emporium, this is a property of his brother, whose picture you've seen in his house, who is no way under persecution or has any law problem. So, of course, you can always do the heist on his shop, of course. You visited several times, you've even seen the defense mechanism, but that doesn't go in the same line as the persecuting his brother, you might say. So, I'm just, as a DM, I'm saying that you wouldn't be acting in the law field. You always can do anything.
Okay, so I think since his brother is a vampire, chances are that this mage is also like a vampire or lich or something like this, because if his brother's like a high vampire, he's been living for centuries, and if he has a brother who looks roughly the same age, well, this guy's same age as him. So he's centuries old, which makes him something illegal. So it's only a matter of time before this
what
guy...
kind of ageism is it here?
It's illegal to live
yes.
too long.
Illegal to be old.
I mean, wait, but in Tissir Kingdom, is there any known record of a publicly tolerated vampire? Not really. Once they are
Maybe.
being hunted, right?
No,
They are illegal.
you know that most likely they are not tolerated by the common folk. So if people on the street, you will ask them, they will not gonna like their neighbor to be the high or low vampire. But when it comes to the official persecution of theirs from the sake of law, they're like none of the races are explicitly forbidden in Tithir.
Okay.
It's just that they have a predisposition to cause trouble. And your investigation, Roman Ravenma, revealed more than just him being a high vampire.
Yeah, fair enough. It would be so easy if he would be automatically illegal, you know, then...
Chasing someone because of their race? Easy.
No. We just need an excuse to loot his shops. That's all.
His
I mean-
brother
Oh, come on! I
shops.
mean, we can buy items now. We have money. We
But
just
we
didn't
can
want to
have
buy
more.
things there. No. I would not do
Okay.
that. I just don't want to
So
go
you,
there because
you all want to go for shopping, correct?
Yes, how
Yeah.
about we first go shopping, and then before Poto leaves the party, we have something like a team haste on one of the shops, because Polo is now kind of on his maximum of thievery level, you know? He is like, he can basically crack every door. If he has a bit of magic support, yeah.
Oh, Mina,
You're
I'm ready
shaking your
to.
head now,
Then.
DM, but the natural 20s are gonna come out. You know, the natural 20s, they're just gonna come.
True. Once in our campaign, we already had when Paul cracked natural 20 and opened the safe with 20k gold.
20? There was
Or
more.
was it- maybe it was
30.
more. I don't remember. Yeah, that already happened. So our party is quite lucky. Okay, you wanna go shopping first? You can
Yeah.
do. We can do the shopping part. Let's go on a short pause. As for now, 7 minutes or something. So I wanna thank everybody who just watching us and also our latest follower. Tremendous Destruction, Tony the Dreamer, and one more. Wait a second. Dysphasia Overload. Yeah, lovely nicknames. So we go on a short break and we're back with more of a shopping and Goblin Tuesday. Yes. Okay, see you back in 5-7 minutes. Putting back.
Nice.
So we're back live. Thank you everybody who joined us, who will watch it in future, who is watching it right now. Happy to chat with you, answer any questions that you come about the campaign. We have our Patreon page. It's in the channel description, and also make sure if you're joining us in beginning of every single session that we stream on Twitch, there is a short 1.5 minute video that summarizes the events of the previous game. So if you want to catch up of what happened last time, feel free to check those out. There is a separate collection of video just with the beginnings of, just with the summaries of every game. So as we are talking just a bit off the game, Sas, with the newly acquired money, he wants to spend it to purchase some property. As we all know, the property is a great investment in all times and all fantasy lands, probably, as long as the earth stands. So yeah, he would be asking Kuo, as a member of the Kirinel Enclave and also kind of fairly high official in town, to try to figure out bureaucracy for him, because Sas himself never dealt with it, and as a friend, Kuo would be able to do it for him. So you can see in maps and lore is approximate type of a house that they are looking for, and if you open maps and lore channel, the district that the house for the pricing is available is on the west of the town, where there are fields, and it's by the western wall of the Denver capital. The district is called the Houses, and it's the place where most of the people have their private apartments built. So I guess that basically finalizes all the shopping for Sas.
Yeah, I think I'll keep the 3,000 in stash for something, for the furniture.
Okay, then to make it all simpler, I would say that all your shopping experiences and everything you want to buy, it's gonna take a day to find and locate, so that we're all in the same timeline. So you all can mark long rest, because you're not doing anything else. Sas, make sure you deduct 10k for the house. Then we are also going back to the Rave. So Rave, your primary search during the shopping, if I remember correctly, was the book house, or it's a place where you can find alchemy related materials for learning. Yes. So
Yeah, and like generic magic stuff.
Yeah, it was one problem for you to find the Bokken's alchemy shop, also in the Golden Market district in Denver, who is mostly, as you're entering the shop, you see that most of the people there, they are like, seems to be like pregnant women, and other stuff, and other females who are looking for potions to increase or improve their facial appearance or for other types. And you're probably the only person in the shop who is asking for studying materials rather than for a completed potion. And just the very fact that you're looking for studying material kind of shocks the Bokken, who is the owner of the shop. And he is able to provide you a discount for a third level alchemy course book for 4,000 gold. Yeah, I will send you the list of the materials that is indicated in the book later on, because you also will need to spend some time learning it. So I assume you just get a book at this specific moment.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is like just starting the reading while traveling or something. No.
Yeah. That's what Rave does. She's buying the alchemy books throughout her journey, and she reads them during the offline time or during the rest time, and she improves her potion brewing skills. And her potion that she brewed already helped the party quite a lot. Okay, so I will. Yeah, Hafen's visibility potion. I remember there was some interesting encounter with that one.
Did we actually ever do that?
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll send you the list of potions later. Okay. So please make sure you deduct 4K from your account.
And even added the rest of the money. Okay.
Okay. As for the others, Farwald, Paula, you both go your separate ways. So I think since we're taking 1 day downtime, I would say for the whole party to figure out their shopping needs. Farwald, you were able to identify the exact pricing for the rehab for Gaki. It's 3,500, and they give 95% guarantee that the person will never get back to glittering dust ever in their life.
And how are they going to achieve that?
They
I mean, what
say
are the
that
methods?
they say they have their own list of clerics which are tending the people who are under the influence of such drug, and they have using several techniques to reduce their dependence on the substance.
Are they by any chance from the like, what's that very hated religion? I forgot the name.
Temple of
Irene?
Irene?
There is
Yes,
them.
because you mentioned clerics. I don't like that. They're not making the person religious instead, right? It's not about religion. It's not about religion, right? Yeah, so I'm using intimidation skill to get the truth out of those people.
Please roll intimidation. As an angry customer,
Yes.
as Karen, please roll intimidation.
And emotionally involved. It's a 21.
At this moment, when they describe that they're usually making a substitution of a person needs, you realize that maybe they're implying a bit of religion in the conversation. As you dive deeper, you realize that they are, in fact, they don't have anything against the Temple of Irene, and sometimes the Grand Master of the Temple of Irene in Denver also preaches for their support groups. But he's not the primary speaker or person who does the treatment in the place.
But I mean, other methods, I don't know, like how to say.
They are not. They're quite
harm?
secretive, and they're not disclosing their methods because they say
Any
So
celebrities?
otherwise.
Ask for celebrities.
I'm totally intimidating the guy. Like, I mean, 21, he should be fearing for his life.
He is a
He doesn't say it.
salesperson. You're not the most famous person who comes to his services. So doesn't
I mean,
feel
I was
intimidated
quite
with
convincing
21.
in the past. remembering scars and foreheads and all of that.
If you're doing it all naked with your tattoos, then who knows? I can add couple
Okay.
points to your roll, but
Okay,
no.
so imagine this conversation. Farwell like sees he's not intimidating enough, rips off his shirt and shows the tattoos. It's like, you know? No, not really.
So we have a warlock who
Yeah.
does the rage.
Yeah,
No,
no,
so
I don't.
They
Sounds
try
fishy.
to keep their services kind of the exact way how they treat people kind of more secretive, because that's part of their business. But they say that there's 95% guarantee for 3,500 gold.
Okay.
So you know that the
Duly
price
noted.
for one single usage is 300 gold? And you also remember that by the Gaki's confession, once she was under the influence of the glittering dust back in Tandoori, she lost way more than 300 gold because she couldn't defend herself. She lost the money of the local kingpin, if I may say. So, yeah, that's why she's on the run. You know that glittering dust makes people absolutely defenseless to the outer world threats.
I mean, the question is, what's better? Just sending her away and hoping that whatever methods those guys are using, work, and paying money for that. I mean, 3.5k is a good investment if it works. But if then we have like a mentally broken Gaki afterwards, or religious Gaki, then it's not worth it.
What if she's not the same? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course Farwell cares about that. He's not just like, here, electroshock therapy, my girlfriend, I'll be back in 3 months. Right?
That's purely Farwell to decide whether he goes for it or not.
Gaki's not,
She doesn't have that
doesn't
amount
have
of
to
money.
say.
She's not going to go for it voluntarily. And you know that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Farwell asks her, like, would you like to go into rehab? It could solve all your problems. Oh yeah, he's trying to be very persuasive about this. Like, consider all the money you've lost, all the troubles, changing places to live, being hunted, losing friends, losing home, losing everything. But on the other side, you
But
could
at
go to
all,
rehab.
I found you because of all that. But
Exactly.
But I don't want to cause
And
you more problem in life. So, and if you tell me that you would like me to go, and I was honest with you last night when I was getting back to my senses.
What did she say?
I mean, you had a conversation with her last day.
Yeah, but she said she can leave, or what?
No. She's still talking. So, like, but I was honest to you about man. I wanna drop it. And if you think that this is important, like I'll do it. If not for me, but for you, I'll do it. You brought me out of the darkest place on this plane from a pit of malice, and that means something.
Yeah, maybe this is a sign. Because I just see it being difficult if you just keep traveling with us, and then at some point you might feel the urge, and then it will be me who has to tell you that you can't. We might fight. It might be actually difficult for our relationship. So, if you would agree, then maybe this rehab is the best place for you.
I know my behavior was inappropriate yesterday, so yes, it's sure, of course.
But would you feel okay with that? I want to make sure that you feel like aligned, that we're aligned here.
Can I at least not indicate my real name in that place?
Of course. I mean, yes, shoot. I mean, well, we have
Okay.
to speak to them about that, but why would we tell them your real name? We just use a synonym. I mean, you need your stage name, right? We shouldn't burn it.
I mean,
Many famous people are there.
you know that I'm being on the hunt by Lucius Treventor, so that's why.
Of course. I mean, there are many good reasons not to tell me your real name.
Okay.
So
Then
Okay,
I'm
then it's
I'm
settled.
okay with that.
Good.
Okay, please deduct the 3,500. As you are meeting with a representative, and he is introducing him and the rehab program to Gaki. She seems to be listening quite attentively, but doesn't ask any questions. She's like sometimes looking at your direction, and she sees how you're like paying the money.
No, wait. I want to ask some questions first.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all,
If you're wondering if food is included, food is included, yes. Accommodation is included. We have at least 6 square meters per person. So if you're wondering about the possibility to walk and move, that's provided.
Okay. So how about protection of personal information? I hear you have quite a lot of wealthy and famous customers. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's hard to
Is that
deny it.
correct?
Of course.
Okay, inside check. Is this guy bullshitting me?
Please roll for insight.
26.
This guy is on the job, and he tries to be as like professional as he can. So this specific moment when you're talking about the people who are trying to disclose their identity, you understand that this is not the first time he is being asked this question.
But I don't understand if he is just saying yes in order to boost this place's name, or if...
What was your roll?
26.
26. So it's a very high roll. I would say with your roll, you understand that this specific person, he mostly acts as a front door person. So he, on his side, his main job is to actually make a contract. But he's not the person who does the treatment and who oversees the patient on a daily basis. So his knowledge about the methods and everything what happens inside is fairly limited. So at this specific moment, he acts as a salesman.
God damn it. Any way to contact the patient during the stay from my side?
Yes, we're usually trying to limit the people or friends from visiting because they might remind the patients of the past addictions. You know, people usually get to the substance in the groups, and sometimes their friends can remind them of that. So we try to keep the communication like limited. So in terms of writing, it's definitely possible, and this would be our address. If you would like, you can write at any moment. So the correspondence is not checked, verified. It's always up only to the eyes of the person who reads it.
Okay. So, what's your name? I asked the salesperson.
Wilfried.
Wilfried,
the second.
Last name? Last name?
The second.
What happened to the first one?
We need a new Wilfried. Okay. Okay, but what's his last name? Like, I'm seriously asking him.
Wait, let me find a cool last name for him. Wilfried Swiller.
Swiller. Okay.
I will post it in Maps and Lore channel for you so you don't forget.
Like Swindler, right?
No swirler, like swirling around. I hope.
Like that.
Okay, so Farwell nods pleased, and then with a quick gesture, he rips out one of this guy's hairs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or maybe two, whatever he can grasp.
That would be a stealth check. Please roll for stealth.
Isn't that rather sleight of hand? I mean, it can also be stealth. It doesn't make any difference, actually.
You're keeping a conversation with him face. You're not trying to rob him. You're trying to do an action which he doesn't notice. So I think
It's a 13.
stealth. 13.
Okay, it's a 13. No, it's not about him not noticing. He should notice. I just want to succeed. That's all.
Yeah. You put your at some moment of the conversations when you describe your concerns and you're asking questions about diet, what do they eat in the morning and in the day and in the evening, and when do they go to bed. You kind of put your hand on his shoulder, and he feels your heavy touch on his shoulder and of your armor, and he tries to keep his composure up. Yes, and he definitely noticed that you were touching him, but you're able to grab a couple of the hair from his jacket.
Good. All right. Good. So, Wilfried Swirler, Fowler says with a open.
Wilfried Swirler is the
grin,
second,
but-
please.
Of course, the second, with a very polite and bright smile, but eyes are not smiling, and Fowler makes sure to put an emphasis on this. I have your name. I have your hair, which means I can track you down whenever I want to. Should this person, and he points to Gaki, experience any harm or be unsatisfied with your institution, I'll hold you personally accountable for this, and I will find you, and then we talk.
I trying to do the Liam Neeson talk to him, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna kill.
I'm not gonna say it, but that's basically the message I want to convey.
Okay, let's see his reaction. Let me roll for him. He rolled 11. So he definitely didn't expect that much of, let's say, I would say pushing behavior from you. So he's taken from that by surprise. But you're definitely not the first person who tries to, intimidate him. So he's not falling to his knees in front of you. He's just yeah, sure. He just agrees to everything you say.
By the way, I will remotely check in on the patient at some point, at will, let's say, and I will see how she's being treated, where she is, who she's with.
As Gaki hears about, you're gonna check up on me remotely, and I'm not gonna know it? You pervert!
Oh, you're gonna know, Gaki. It's fine. It's just for your security. Just letting Wilfried II here know that if any one of us, you or me, Gaki, should be unsatisfied
I'm
with
okay
the
if you
services.
check on me, but if you're checking on someone else, I'm gonna know.
Yeah, it's way harder to check on someone else. Don't worry.
Okay, please
Good.
mark off 3,500 gold from your account.
Wait, doesn't Gaki have any gold on her?
She has stuff of a Skyblinder, maybe.
You have no idea
Maybe
what
not
she
anymore.
has and what she doesn't.
We'll ask her that if she still has it.
Yeah, Favo trusts her too much, so he doesn't think about checking. Okay. Well. Money handed over.
Okay, perfect. So
Does
this is
Gaki have something relevant for the party? So just in case that we don't have to part with any items she has, which we could need.
so I can tell you in a moment. Let me check her inventory. So she does have a Skyblinder stuff still in her inventory. She
let's
has
take it.
she has a magical
Take it,
loot
Matthew.
that Farwald presented to her.
That's fine, she can keep them.
Other than that, she has nothing else that belongs to the party.
Okay, then maybe we should just take back the staff, because yeah, she's not gonna need it in rehab, I hope.
Your choice.
Yes.
Okay,
Taking
then
the
please
stuff back.
add the Skyblinder stuff in your inventory. I am removing it from her inventory.
My inventory. Maybe Sus wants to have it. First of all, it's a stuff. I think Sus can use stuffs.
Then
And
that-
second of all, he has 3 spell
Yes.
slots, right?
It's a
I mean,
quarter
No,
stuff.
he doesn't have any
Attunements.
slots.
No, I mean attunements slots.
That was a problem nobody had.
No attunement slots.
Okay,
Damn,
I
okay,
removed it
then
from
I'm
her
just gonna-
inventory, so it's up to you.
I mean,
What you
if
do with it?
it's useful, then someone can actually replace something for this.
It's just good to stay with our magical items. You know? I mean, I'm just gonna take it for now. Staff
Okay.
of, what is it? Blinding?
I've wrote in Maps and Lore channel the name of it, so if you add the
Okay.
inventory, it will be mentioned.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that was Rafe made the shopping, Sas made the shopping, Farwell just made the shopping. I think Rafe still has
No,
quite.
Fawad didn't
so
make any shopping.
Farwell, I mean, some spending. So
Yeah, but Fawad would like to do some shopping.
Paula is not. Paula's shopping is not part of the parties as of now, as he would be departing
Okay.
somewhere else. So then I have a question to Rafe and Farwell. If you want to buy or do something else with money that you have,
Mm-hmm.
then starting
Farwell
with
would like to.
Rafe.
I mean, I wanted to buy 2 dust of invisibility again, garlic.
Absolutely possible.
Yeah, I
So-
wanted to buy also, or to ask for the price of a scroll of the spell of daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Which level spell it is?
I think it's 3rd.
If it's a 3rd level spell, then this is the 2k gold for spell.
Yeah, it's 3rd level.
Yes, 2k gold for the scroll.
And yeah, I'll buy one of those.
Sure. Please add it to your inventory.
Yeah, and the dust of invisibility, how much is it?
Was 300.
Dust of
360.
disappearance. 300 per
Oh, okay.
pack.
That. I'll get 3 then. 3.
Then it's 900.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll remove all the money together.
Yep.
With some garlic. Has to be cheap.
That's you don't need to pay for that. That's fine.
Okay, so I'll add
Finding
it
garlic is
somewhere.
not a problem.
Yeah.
We just take it from the embassy's kitchen. I guess.
I think.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you can steal it from the embassy kitchen. So I think Farwald, previous games, he also prepared some of the wooden spikes.
Yes, right.
So this
Thanks
is
for
something
reminding.
that you already have. In case you are hunting for a vampire.
I should have them.
Yeah, you should have a set of 10, I think, of those wooden spikes.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere. Okay, but let's assume I have them. Rafe, are you done with the shopping?
Right,
So
I wanted to ask,
Okay.
but that might be very expensive. Just
go
out of
ahead.
curiosity, how much would that potion of invulnerability be?
Wait, let me open my. Did you previously buy it before or not?
No, no, I haven't bought it.
Invulnerability. Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So it's a rare potion which gives you a resistance to all damage. It looks like liquefied iron when you're looking at the potion itself.
Very
So
tasty.
if it's quite a nice potion. Let's see. the
Yeah,
price.
unfortunately, right?
Oh, it's a very nice one. That's a good choice.
Yeah, but that would mean that it might be very expensive. That's why I'm asking.
So I would go with the average price from it, not from the lowest range and not from the highest range. I would say that it's 2k per bottle. So the highest price for it is 5k. So I would roll that 2k is good for this kind of potion. It lasts for 1 single minute and it gives you resistance to all types of damages. So half for all types of damages.
So expensive.
Ah. It's not really invulnerability.
Yeah, it's not like
more
your
like a...
invincibility would be there, you know.
I mean, invulnerability would be enough, but it's basically a potion of resistance.
I would say it's ultimate resistance because, as we
It's all
talked,
the
I think last
elements.
time, for all our viewers, I think it's 13 types of damages in D&D. So
Yeah,
it gives you resistance to all of them for 1 minute. That's quite good thing.
Gonna buy one.
Okay. Please add it to your inventory and deduct the money. Is there anything else you would like to shop for?
No, I think that's it for me.
Sus.
Yep.
As the agent is giving the documents to the core, who is giving the ownership documents to you, you're given the address of a house in the houses district just outside of the city wall on the western side of the capital. It takes you some time to find the house in a place, and it looks like just on the picture that you posted. So it's a 2-story house with a small attachment as a warehouse on the side. Very nice, observable, quite flat roof, if you might say. It looks like previously there was living a family of maybe 3-4 people. But at this specific moment, there is some slight signs of use on the floors and door handles and doors. But at this specific moment, the house looks to be fairly livable and in nice condition. And as you're finding that place alone, is there any modifications or anything you would like to do in there as you became the rightful owner of a property in the capital?
I would like to hire someone to look over the house for like, I don't know, 10 gold per month or so, right? So someone would come in, clean up the floors, trim the bushes.
So the question, the more you pay, the better is the service.
I'm not gonna be living there, so there's literally, minimum services required. Just someone to come in and water the plants. So there's no need to cook. There's no need to clean up the furniture.
Yeah, what kind of plants would you like to have?
I mean, the one you see outside, just the trees, and then there was like one red tree. It's basically this, red.
Yes.
I just want it to be cleaned up.
So as you're walking back to the embassy, it's possible for you to meet a couple of the peasants who agree that for 30 golds per month, they would be sometimes attending to this specific address, making some adjustments to the lawn, to move the lawn and clean up the house, water the plants. Yeah, they seems to be happy to have some extra job which doesn't require a lot of supervision. So
Can I just ask Jackson instead? 30 gold
Yeah.
per month.
no, not per
I'm
month.
gonna leave the gold to Kwa.
per week.
And
Per week.
if he
I said.
No. 30 golds per week. No. 3 gold per week. No,
You
I'm
can
not
ask
gonna
Jackson,
pay
of
those
course.
kind
But Jackson is not in the house, in the embassy. Still.
I'm gonna leave 100 gold to Kwa, and then it should be enough until I come back for a few visits.
So you want him to take care of the garden and the house.
I want him to
The-
just come in once
The
in a while
ambassador
and see
of
that
Druid
it's
Enclave in the capital to go do your loan, yes?
not Kwa, the Jackson.
Okay. He looks at you very attentively in your eyes as you're proposing it to you and says, I can do it for you, okay? But you will owe me.
Yeah, of course. I already owe you, so I will bring
Okay.
you a gift from our journey. Do you like anything specific?
Something
Dead
spicy.
bodies, gold, spicy.
No dead bodies, please. Unless Archespores wants to eat something, I'm still not sure what their cuisine is and what they would like to eat. But I will know that once they actually blossom.
I will bring you something spicy. We might find something, definitely.
Okay. So please mark off 100 gold.
Okay. And while we're visiting the house, I'm gonna put an ad.
Is our
On
stream
the
frozen?
house.
Our stream is frozen. No.
No, what happened?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Gerhard, only you are alive. Rafe is frozen. Sas is frozen.
Yay.
I'm frozen.